A tuk-tuk is a small vehicle with 3 wheels. It is used to carry people from one place to another. It is smaller than a car, but bigger than a motorcycle. Most tuk-tuks can carry 2 or 3 passengers in the back and 1 driver in the front. The name tuk-tuk comes from the sound of its engine. Early engines made a loud tuk-tuk-tuk noise when they moved. People started calling the vehicle by that sound. In some countries, it is called an auto rickshaw. In other places, it has different names. But the idea is the same. A small, simple, cheap vehicle for short trips in busy cities. Today, tuk-tuks are common in many parts of Asia, Africa, and other regions. But their story started many years ago, long before they became famous. Before tuk-tuks existed, people used animals and simple carts for transport. In many cities, horses pulled carriages. In some places, people pulled hand carts. In Asia, cycle rickshaws were common. A man rode a bicycle and carried passengers behind him. These vehicles worked well, but they had problems. They were slow. They needed a lot of human or animal power. They were hard to use in long distances. Cities were growing bigger. After the 1800s, more people moved into cities. Streets became crowded. People needed faster and cheaper transport. At the same time, engines were being invented and improved. The Industrial Revolution changed the world. New machines made travel easier. This was the beginning of motor vehicles. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, cars became more common in Europe. But early cars were expensive. Only rich people could buy them. Small businesses and poor workers needed something cheaper. Not everyone could afford a big car. Many roads were narrow and not very good. A small vehicle made more sense. After World War II, Europe was damaged. Many factories were destroyed. Many people were poor. Countries needed cheap transport to rebuild their economies. One important country in this story is Italy. After the war, Italy had many problems. Roads were damaged. People needed affordable transport to go to work and move goods. Large cars were too expensive for most families. This situation helped create the first modern 3-wheeled motor vehicles. In Italy, a company called Piaggio played a very important role. Piaggio first made airplanes. But after World War II, the company needed a new business idea. Italy no longer needed many war airplanes. The country needed simple vehicles for daily life. In 1946, Piaggio created the Vespa scooter. It was small, cheap, and easy to ride. Many people loved it. Soon after, Piaggio created a 3-wheeled vehicle called the Ape. Ape means bee in Italian. It was small, like a bee, and could move easily in narrow streets. The Ape had 3 wheels, a small engine, space to carry goods in the back. It was not made for passengers at first. It was made for workers. Farmers, shop owners, and small businesses used it to carry vegetables, tools, and supplies. This was a big step in the history of tuk-tuks. The idea of a small 3-wheeled motor vehicle was born. You may ask, why 3 wheels, not 4? 3 wheels have some advantages. They cost less to build. They use less fuel. They are lighter. They can turn easily in small streets. After the war, saving money was very important. A 3-wheeled vehicle needed fewer materials. Steel and rubber were expensive at that time. Also, many European streets were old and narrow. A small vehicle was more useful than a big one. The 3-wheel design became popular for small business transport. At first, 3-wheelers were mostly used to carry goods, but people soon saw another opportunity. In many cities, there were still cycle rickshaws. These vehicles carried passengers, but they depended on human power. The driver had to pedal hard, especially in hot weather. Some people thought, what if we put a small engine on a rickshaw? This idea slowly spread from Europe to Asia. In Asia, many cities were crowded and busy. Streets were full of bicycles, carts, and people. Large buses could not enter small roads. Taxis were expensive. A small motorized 3-wheeler was perfect. The design of the Italian 3-wheeler inspired manufacturers in other countries. Over time, the idea traveled to Asia. In countries like India and Thailand, Cycle rickshaws were already common. People were used to the three-wheel shape. When small engines became cheaper, local companies began to produce motorized versions. These early models were simple. Metal body, small petrol engine, open side, basic seats. They were not very comfortable. They were noisy, they produced smoke. But they worked. They were faster than bicycles and cheaper than cars. For many families, this was a big improvement. One important reason for the success of three-wheelers was economic need. In the 1950s and 1960s, many Asian countries were developing. Cities were growing fast. Millions of people moved from villages to cities looking for jobs. Public transport systems were not ready for such large populations. Governments did not have enough money to build subways or large bus networks. Three-wheelers became a simple solution. They were cheap to buy. They created jobs for drivers. They helped passengers move quickly. A man could buy a three-wheeler, or rent one, and start earning money immediately. It became a source of income for many poor families. Early engines were usually two-stroke engines. They made a very clear and loud sound. Tuk-tuk, tuk-tuk. In some places, people started calling the vehicle by that sound. The name tuk-tuk became popular, especially in Southeast Asia. It was easy to say and easy to remember. Different countries had different names, but tuk-tuk became the most famous international word. The early tuk-tuks were not beautiful machines. They were simple and practical. Most had a handlebar like a motorcycle, a small windshield, a roof for rain and sun, a bench seat in the back. They were open on the sides, so air could flow inside. This was important in hot countries. Even though they looked small, they changed city life. People could now travel short distances easily, reach markets faster, go to work on time, visit hospitals quickly. Small vehicles made big changes. The early three-wheelers also had problems. They were not very stable at high speeds. Because they had only three wheels, they could tip over if driven too fast. They also caused pollution. Two-stroke engines produced a lot of smoke. Noise was another problem. The engines were loud, and cities became noisier. But at that time, people cared more about convenience than pollution. Fast transport was more important. By the 1960s, three-wheeled motor vehicles were becoming common in many developing countries. They filled the gap between walking bicycles, buses, taxis. They were flexible. They could stop anywhere. They could enter small streets. They did not need fixed routes like buses. This flexibility made them very popular. What started as a small goods vehicle in post-war Italy became a global transport solution. From the workshops of Piaggio in Italy, the idea of a motorized three-wheeler traveled across continents. It reached Asia, where crowded cities needed cheap and small vehicles. It slowly became part of daily life in many countries. The early years were about survival, rebuilding, and simple design. No one knew that this small machine would become a cultural symbol in some countries. The tuk-tuk story had just begun. After three-wheeled motor vehicles became popular in Europe and parts of Asia, the idea slowly reached Thailand. At that time, Thailand was changing quickly. Cities were growing. More people were moving from villages to towns. Roads were becoming busier every year. Before tuk-tuks, many people in Thailand used boats, bicycles, and cycle rickshaws. In the capital city, Bangkok, canals were very important. People used boats to travel and carry goods. Because of this, Bangkok was once called the Venice of the East. But over time, roads replaced many canals. Cars, buses, and motorcycles became more common. The city became crowded and noisy. People needed a small and fast vehicle that could move easily through traffic. This was the perfect time for the tuk-tuk to arrive. Before the motorized version, Thailand had cycle rickshaws. A driver pedaled a bicycle with a seat behind it. Passengers sat in the back. It was simple and cheap, but pedaling was very hard work, especially in the hot Thai weather. Thailand has a tropical climate. The sun is strong, and the air can be humid. Drivers often felt tired quickly. When small engines became cheaper, people saw an opportunity. Instead of pedaling, a small motor could do the work. This made the vehicle faster and easier to drive. The early motorized rickshaws in Thailand were basic. Some were imported. Others were built locally using parts from motorcycles. Mechanics and small workshops played an important role. They changed bicycle rickshaws into motor vehicles. Slowly, the modern Thai tuk-tuk was born. The name Tuk-Tuk came from the sound of the engine. Early engines were usually two-stroke engines. They made a repeating sound like tuk-tuk tuk-tuk. People in Thailand started calling the vehicle by this sound. It was easy to say in Thai language. It was also fun and memorable. Even today, when people hear the word tuk-tuk, many think first about Thailand. The name became part of Thai identity. It was not just a vehicle anymore. It became a symbol. The city that helped make tuk-tuks famous was Bangkok. Bangkok grew very fast in the 1960s and 1970s. Factories opened, offices increased, markets expanded, tourism started growing. Streets became crowded with cars and buses. Big vehicles had trouble moving in small streets. Traffic jams became common. People needed quick and flexible transport for short distances. Tuk-tuks were perfect because they were small. They could move between cars. They could enter narrow streets. They were faster than walking. Drivers waited near markets, bus stations, temples, and shopping areas. If someone needed a ride, they could easily find a tuk-tuk nearby. As tuk-tuks became popular, the Thai government started to make rules. There were concerns about traffic safety and road organization. At one time, traditional cycle rickshaws were reduced in Bangkok to improve traffic flow. Motorized tuk-tuks replaced them. The government required drivers to register their vehicles. Drivers needed licenses. Vehicles had to follow certain safety rules. These rules helped make tuk-tuks more organized and professional. Thai tuk-tuks have a special design that makes them easy to recognize. Most Thai tuk-tuks have 3 wheels, a motorcycle-style handlebar, a metal roof, open sides, a bench seat in the back, bright colors. Many are painted in blue, yellow, green, or red. Some have decorations, lights, and stickers. Drivers often decorate their vehicles to make them unique. The back seat usually fits 2 or 3 passengers. Some drivers add small fans to help passengers stay cool in the hot weather. The engine is usually placed at the back or under the driver's seat. The sound of the engine is loud and clear. Over time, tuk-tuks became more than just transport. They became part of Thai culture. Tourists visiting Thailand often want to ride a tuk-tuk at least once. It feels exciting and different from a normal taxi. The ride can be noisy and windy, but it feels alive. Pictures of tuk-tuks appear on postcards, travel blogs, and travel videos. They are often shown near famous places like temples and markets. For many people around the world, the tuk-tuk represents Thailand. Tourism played a big role in making tuk-tuks famous. From the 1970s and 1980s, more international tourists started visiting Thailand. They came to see beaches, temples, food, and culture. In Bangkok, tuk-tuks became popular for short sightseeing trips. Drivers sometimes acted as informal guides. They showed tourists around the city. Some drivers learned simple English to speak with foreign visitors. They offered tours to temples, markets, and riverside areas. The experience of riding in a tuk-tuk became part of the travel adventure. Behind every tuk-tuk is a driver with a story. Many drivers came from rural areas. They moved to Bangkok to find work. Buying or renting a tuk-tuk gave them a way to earn money. A driver's day often starts early in the morning. They clean the vehicle, check the engine, and drive to busy areas. They wait for passengers near markets, hotels, shopping streets, bus stations. Income depends on the number of passengers. Some days are good, some days are slow. Driving in Bangkok traffic can be stressful. The heat, noise, and pollution make the job hard. But many drivers are proud of their work. Riding a tuk-tuk in Bangkok feels different from riding a taxi. There are no doors. The sides are open. You can feel the wind on your face. You can hear the city clearly. Cars, motorcycles, street vendors, and people talking. At night, some tuk-tuks have colorful lights. The city feels bright and exciting. Even though tuk-tuks are popular, they also face problems. One big problem is pollution. Early engines produced a lot of smoke. Air pollution in Bangkok became serious over the years. Another problem is safety. Tuk-tuks are small and open. In accidents, passengers are not well protected. Traffic congestion is also a challenge. As more cars filled the roads, driving became harder. Because of these problems, the number of tuk-tuks in Bangkok has decreased compared to the past. Taxis, buses, and train systems have grown, but tuk-tuks have not disappeared. In recent years, there have been efforts to modernize tuk-tuks. Some new tuk-tuks use cleaner engines. Some are electric. Electric tuk-tuks produce less noise and no smoke. Modern designs are more comfortable. Some have better seats and stronger frames. The government and private companies are exploring new ideas to keep tuk-tuks useful in modern cities. While Bangkok is the most famous place for tuk-tuks, they are also used in other Thai cities. In tourist cities like Chiang Mai and Phuket, tuk-tuks are common near hotels and markets. In smaller towns, they are used for daily transport. They carry students, workers, and shoppers. The style may be slightly different in each region, but the basic idea remains the same. Today, if someone shows a picture of a colorful three-wheeled vehicle in a busy street, many people will think of Thailand. The tuk-tuk is now part of Thailand's image. It appears in movies, travel advertisements, and cultural events. It represents energy movement city life, simplicity, hard work. Even as cities change and new transport systems grow, the tuk-tuk remains a strong symbol of Thai urban life. For many Thai people, tuk-tuks bring memories. Some remember riding in one as a child. Some remember using them to go to school or markets. Drivers remember long days of work and conversations with passengers. The tuk-tuk is not just a machine. It is connected to people's lives. Because of tourism and media, the Thai tuk-tuk became known worldwide. When people in other countries started making their own three-wheelers, they often used the name Tuk-Tuk. Thailand helped turn a simple motor vehicle into an international icon. The loud engine sound that once filled the streets of Bangkok became famous across the world. The story of tuk-tuks in Thailand is still continuing. Cities are modernizing, electric trains and buses are expanding, ride-hailing apps are growing. But tuk-tuks still wait at street corners. They still carry passengers through busy markets. They still make their special engine sound. They are part of the living history of Thailand. After the three-wheeled vehicle became popular in Europe and Thailand, it slowly spread to South Asia. One of the most important countries in this story is India. India is a very large country with a huge population. Many cities are crowded and busy. Roads are full of cars, buses, motorcycles, bicycles, and people. In such conditions, a small vehicle is very useful. Before motorized three-wheelers, Indian cities used hand-pulled rickshaws and cycle rickshaws. In these vehicles, a person pulled or pedaled passengers from one place to another. This was very hard work. It was also slow. As engines became cheaper and technology improved, people in India saw a chance to create a better solution. That solution became known as the auto rickshaw. In many Indian cities, cycle rickshaws were common in the early 1900s. A driver pedaled a bicycle with a seat attached at the back. Two passengers could sit there. This system worked well for short distances, but it had problems. It depended on human strength. It was slow in traffic. It was difficult on hills. When small engines became available, engineers and companies started adding motors to the three-wheeled design. This change created the motorized auto rickshaw. The word auto means it runs by itself, with an engine. The word rickshaw comes from an old Japanese word meaning human-powered vehicle. The auto rickshaw was faster, stronger, and more practical than the cycle rickshaw. One company played a very important role in spreading auto rickshaws in India, Bajaj Auto. Bajaj Auto started as a company that made scooters. Later, it began producing three-wheeled vehicles for passengers and goods. The company worked with technology inspired by earlier European designs, including ideas that began with companies like Piaggio. Bajaj Auto made vehicles that were affordable, strong, easy to repair, suitable for Indian roads. Because of mass production, prices became lower. Many drivers could afford to buy one, often through loans. Bajaj auto rickshaws became common in cities across India. For many years, they were the most recognized brand. There are many reasons why auto rickshaws became very popular in India. Low cost. Auto rickshaws are much cheaper than cars. A driver does not need a large amount of money to start the business. Easy to drive. They are smaller than cars and easier to handle in crowded streets. Good for narrow roads. Many Indian streets are narrow. Big buses cannot enter these roads. Auto rickshaws can move easily in such places. Job creation. Driving an auto rickshaw became a source of income for millions of people. Because of these reasons, auto rickshaws became part of everyday life. The Indian auto rickshaw has a simple but recognizable design. Most have 3 wheels, a small petrol or gas engines, a black or yellow roof, open sides with small doors or curtains, a bench seat in the back. In many cities, the color combination is black and yellow. This became a standard style. The driver sits in front, holding handlebars like a motorcycle. A small meter is usually placed near the driver to calculate the fare. The vehicle makes a buzzing engine sound. It is loud but familiar to city residents. Auto rickshaws are common in almost every major city in India. In cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, and Kolkata, they are part of daily transport. For example, in Mumbai, autos are used mainly in suburban areas. In Delhi, they are found across many neighborhoods. In Chennai, they are an important part of local travel. People use them for going to work, going to school, visiting markets, reaching bus or train stations. For short and medium distances, autos are often faster than buses. To make fares fair, many Indian cities require auto rickshaws to use meters. The meter calculates the price based on distance traveled. The government sets the rate. This system helps avoid arguments between drivers and passengers. However, in some places, drivers may still negotiate prices instead of using the meter. Over time, digital meters replaced old mechanical meters. They are more accurate and easier to read. In the early days, most auto rickshaws ran on petrol, but petrol engines produced a lot of pollution. As air pollution became a serious problem, especially in cities like Delhi, the government introduced cleaner fuel options. One important change was the use of CNG, compressed natural gas. CNG is cleaner than petrol. It produces less smoke and fewer harmful gases. Many auto rickshaws were converted to CNG. New models were also designed to run on gas. This change improved air quality and reduced noise. Auto rickshaws are not just vehicles. They are part of social life. For millions of families, driving an auto rickshaw is a main source of income. It supports rent payments, school fees, food and daily needs. Many drivers work long hours. Some rent the vehicle from an owner and pay a daily fee. Others own their own auto. Passengers also depend on autos for daily travel. In many neighborhoods, especially where buses are limited, autos are the main transport option. In recent years, more women have become auto rickshaw drivers in India. This is an important social change. Traditionally, driving autos was a male-dominated job. Programs and organizations have trained women to drive autos. This has helped women earn independent income and improve their social status. Women drivers also make some passengers, especially female passengers, feel safer. Not all three-wheelers in India carry passengers. Many are used to carry goods. Small shops and businesses use three-wheeled cargo vehicles to transport vegetables, fruits, building materials, packages. These vehicles are very important for small businesses. They are cheaper than trucks and can enter small streets. Auto rickshaws also face challenges. Traffic congestion. Indian cities are very crowded. Driving can be stressful and slow. Pollution. Even with cleaner fuels, older vehicles still cause pollution. Safety. Auto rickshaws are small and open. In accidents, protection is limited. Income uncertainty. Driver's income depends on the number of passengers. Some days are slow. Despite these problems, auto rickshaws continue to operate every day. The success of auto rickshaws in India influenced other South Asian countries. In Pakistan, similar three-wheelers are common in cities like Lahore and Karachi. In Bangladesh, auto rickshaws are also widely used. Some are electric. In Sri Lanka, they are often called three-wheelers and are very common. Each country has small design differences, but the main idea is the same. Riding in an Indian auto rickshaw is a unique experience. The engine makes a buzzing sound. The vehicle moves quickly through traffic. It can turn sharply and stop suddenly. Passengers feel close to the street because the sides are open. They can see shops, people, and traffic clearly. In the evening, city lights reflect inside the auto. The ride feels lively and energetic. For many Indians, this experience is normal and part of daily life. In recent years, technology has changed the auto rickshaw business. Ride-hailing apps like Ola Cabs and Uber have added auto rickshaw booking options. Passengers can now book an auto using a smartphone. The price is shown in the app. Payment can be made digitally. This has made the system more organized and transparent. Drivers also benefit because they can find passengers more easily. Recently, electric auto rickshaws have become more common. These vehicles use batteries instead of petrol or gas. They produce no smoke and less noise. Electric autos are cheaper to run because electricity costs less than fuel. The government supports electric vehicles to reduce pollution. This change may shape the future of three-wheelers in South Asia. Today, the auto rickshaw is one of the strongest symbols of Indian city life. It represents hard work, survival movement, urban energy. In movies, books, and photos about India, auto rickshaws often appear in busy street scenes. They show the color and movement of Indian cities. The story of auto rickshaws in India and South Asia is still growing. Cities are expanding. Metro systems are being built. New transport technologies are coming. But the three-wheeled auto remains important. It connects neighborhoods. It creates jobs. It helps people reach their destinations every day. From simple beginnings inspired by early European designs to becoming a lifeline of South Asian cities, the tuk-tuk, or auto rickshaw, has become a powerful part of modern history. One country where three-wheeled vehicles are very common is Philippines. In the Philippines, these vehicles are usually called tricycles. They look different from the Thai or Indian tuk-tuks. Design in the Philippines. Philippine tricycles usually have a motorcycle on one side, a passenger cabin attached to the side, a metal roof, colorful paint and decorations. The passenger cabin is often wider than Indian auto rickshaws. Some tricycles can carry more than 3 passengers. In small towns, it is normal to see 4 or 5 people inside. The design is different because it is built using a motorcycle with a sidecar. This sidecar shape makes it more stable in some situations. In many small towns and islands, tricycles are the main form of transport. Buses are limited. Taxis are rare outside big cities. People use tricycles for going to school, going to markets, visiting family, short-distance travel. Because the Philippines is made of many islands, roads are often small. Tricycles are perfect for these roads. In Japan, traditional rickshaws were once pulled by people, but modern tuk-tuks are not as common as in Southeast Asia. However, in some tourist areas, small three-wheeled vehicles are used for sightseeing. These are often electric and quiet. Japan is known for modern transport systems like trains and subways. Because of this, tuk-tuks never became a main public transport system there. But the idea of a small, efficient vehicle still fits Japanese design thinking. Small, practical, and energy-saving. Tuk-tuks also became popular in parts of Africa. In countries like Kenya and Nigeria, three-wheeled vehicles are used in busy towns. In East Africa, they are often called tuk-tuks, especially in tourist cities. This is why they became popular. African cities are growing fast. Public transport systems are sometimes limited. Many people need affordable ways to travel short distances. Tuk-tuks are cheaper than taxis. In Egypt, tuk-tuks are very common in small towns and villages. They are often used in narrow streets where cars cannot easily enter. Young drivers often operate them. For many families, owning a tuk-tuk is a way to earn money. However, in some areas, the government has tried to control or limit tuk-tuks because of traffic and safety concerns. Still, they remain popular in many communities. Three-wheeled vehicles also reached Latin America. In countries like Peru and Guatemala, tuk-tuks are common in small towns. They are often used in hilly areas or narrow colonial streets. In some Latin American countries, they are called moto-taxis. The name shows that they are a mix between a motorcycle and a taxi. They usually have bright colors and decorations. Some have music playing inside. For tourists visiting small towns, moto-taxis are a fun and easy way to travel. Even though tuk-tuks share the same basic idea, they look different in each country. Thailand. Front driver's seat, 2 passengers in the back. Colorful design India. Black and yellow style. Small meter for fare. Compact body Philippines. Motorcycle with sidecar. Larger passenger cabin. Africa. Simple and strong design. Built for rough roads. Latin America. Bright colors. Often called mototaxista. Each country changes the vehicle to fit its own needs. Climate plays an important role in design. In hot countries, tuk-tuks often have open sides to allow airflow. In rainy areas, plastic covers or curtains are added to protect passengers. In colder countries, more closed designs are used to keep passengers warm. For example, in some parts of Europe, modern electric tuk-tuks are fully enclosed with doors and windows. In recent years, electric tuk-tuks have become popular in many countries. They are used in tourist resorts, eco-friendly cities, island communities. Electric models are quiet and produce no smoke. They are good for the environment. Countries that want to reduce pollution are encouraging electric three-wheelers. China has become a major producer of electric three-wheelers. Many are exported to Africa and Asia. Tuk-tuk are especially popular in tourist cities around the world. Tourists enjoy riding them because they are different from normal taxis. They feel local and authentic. They are open, so passengers can see everything. In many cities, tuk-tuk drivers also act as guides. They show visitors famous places, markets, and historic buildings. This makes tuk-tuks part of the tourism industry. In some countries, tuk-tuks are just transport. In others, they become cultural symbols. In Thailand, they represent urban life. In India, they represent daily city movement. In the Philippines, they represent small-town transport. In some African towns, they represent economic opportunity. The same basic vehicle can mean different things in different places. Tuk-tuks create jobs around the world. Jobs include drivers, mechanics, manufacturers, spare parts, sellers. Because they are simple machines, they are easier to repair than cars. In developing countries, this simplicity is important. Local workshops can fix them without expensive equipment. In many countries, governments regulate tuk-tuks. Rules may include driver licenses, vehicle registration fare, control, safety checks. Some governments limit the number of tuk-tuks to reduce traffic. Others encourage electric models to reduce pollution. Regulation shapes how tuk-tuks operate in each country. Safety is a challenge worldwide. Because tuk-tuks are small and open, passengers are not fully protected. They can tip over at high speed. They are vulnerable in accidents. Some modern designs include stronger frames, seat belts, better brakes. Safety improvements continue as technology develops. The tuk-tuk's journey from Europe to Asia, Africa, and Latin America shows how ideas travel across the world. It started as a simple post-war vehicle. It became a daily transport system in crowded cities. It turned into a symbol in tourist countries. Now, it is found on many continents. No matter the country, tuk-tuks connect people. They carry workers to jobs, children to school, Goods to markets, tourists to attractions. Behind every tuk-tuk is a driver with hopes and responsibilities. For many families around the world, the three-wheeler is not just transport, it is survival. As cities look for cleaner and smaller transport options, tuk-tuks may become more common in new regions. Electric three-wheelers are already appearing in European tourist cities and American resort towns. Because they are small and energy efficient, they fit modern environmental goals. The global story of tuk-tuks is still growing. Most tuk-tuks use two-stroke engines. A two-stroke engine is simple and light. It produces power quickly. It is also cheaper to build. These early engines had some advantages: low cost, simple repair, lightweight, good power for small vehicles. But they also had problems. They were very noisy. They produced a lot of smoke. They used more fuel. They caused pollution. The loud tuk-tuk-tuk sound came from these engines. That sound helped create the name tuk-tuk. At that time, pollution was not a big concern in many countries. People cared more about affordability and availability. As cities grew and pollution became serious, governments started to worry about air quality. Two-stroke engines produced thick smoke and harmful gases. This was bad for the environment and for people's health. Because of this, manufacturers slowly changed to four-stroke engines. Four-stroke engines produce less smoke, use fuel more efficiently, are quieter, last longer. Although four-stroke engines cost more, they became the new standard in many countries. This change was very important for the survival of tuk-tuks in modern cities. At first, most tuk-tuks ran on petrol. Petrol was easy to find and simple to use. However, petrol engines caused pollution and became expensive when fuel prices increased. Some cargo three-wheelers used diesel engines. Diesel engines are strong and good for carrying goods. But diesel engines can also produce pollution, especially older models. In countries like India, compressed natural gas became very important. Compressed natural gas is cleaner than petrol and diesel. It produces less harmful smoke. Many cities required tuk-tuks to switch to compressed natural gas to reduce pollution. This was a big step toward cleaner transport. Some countries also used liquefied petroleum gas. It is similar to compressed natural gas and cleaner than petrol. The biggest change in recent years is the move to electric power. Electric tuk-tuks use batteries instead of fuel. They produce no smoke, make less noise, cost less to operate, help reduce air pollution. Electric models are becoming more common in Asia, Africa, and even Europe. The first tuk-tuks were very simple. They were made mostly of metal sheets and basic frames. Over time, design improved in many ways. Stronger frames. Modern tuk-tuks use stronger steel frames. This improves safety and durability. Better suspension. Early models were very bumpy. Modern suspension systems make rides smoother. Improved brake. Brakes became stronger and more reliable. This reduced accidents. Comfortable seats. Seats became softer and more comfortable for passengers. Safety was not a major focus in the early days, but as traffic increased, safety became more important. Modern tuk-tuks may include better lighting, stronger headlights, rear-view mirrors, turn signals, stronger roofs. Some models now include seat belts, reinforced passenger cabins, disc brake. Even though tuk-tuks are still small vehicles, safety standards are improving. Governments introduced pollution control rules. Manufacturers had to meet emission standards. This led to cleaner engines, catalytic converters, better fuel systems. These technologies reduced harmful gases. Without these improvements, tuk-tuks might have been banned in many cities. Electric tuk-tuks represent the future of three-wheel transport. How they work. Electric tuk-tuks use a battery pack and electric motor, a controller system. Instead of filling fuel, drivers charge the battery. Charging can take several hours, depending on the battery type. Some of its advantages were no fuel cost, low maintenance, no engine noise, no air pollution. Some of its challenges were limited battery range, charging time, battery replacement costs. Despite challenges, electric tuk-tuks are growing quickly. Technology has also changed the driver's experience. Modern tuk-tuks may include digital meters, GPS systems, smartphone connectivity, ride-hailing app integration. Apps like Uber and Ola Cabs allow passengers to book tuk-tuks using smartphones. This makes transport more organized and transparent. Drivers can receive ride requests digitally, use navigation maps, accept online payments. Digital technology has modernized the traditional tuk-tuk. In the early days, tuk-tuks were often built in small workshops. Today, many are made in factories using advanced machines. Large manufacturers like Bajaj Auto produce thousands of units every year. Modern manufacturing includes automated welding, quality testing, standardized parts, better paint finishes. This makes vehicles more reliable. Passenger comfort became more important over time. Modern improvements include padded seats, better ventilation, small electric fans, improved shock absorbers. Some premium tuk-tuks even include USB charging ports, music systems, enclosed cabins with windows. Tourist areas often use more stylish designs. Technology also improved cargo three-wheelers. These are used for delivery services. Modern cargo tuk-tuks may include larger cargo boxes, stronger engines, electric delivery versions. With the growth of online shopping, three-wheel cargo vehicles are important for last-mile delivery. They can enter narrow streets where trucks cannot go. Battery technology is improving quickly. New batteries charge faster, last longer, store more energy. As batteries improve, electric tuk-tuks will become even more practical. Some companies are experimenting with battery swapping systems. Drivers can quickly exchange empty batteries for charged ones. This reduces waiting time. In some places, people are testing solar-powered tuk-tuks. Solar panels are placed on the roof to help charge the battery. While solar power alone is not enough yet, it can help reduce electricity use. Solar tuk-tuks show how innovation continues. Today, many countries produce three-wheelers. Manufacturers compete on price, quality, fuel efficiency, electric range. China, India, and Southeast Asian countries are major producers. Competition leads to better products and lower prices. Modern cities face serious environmental problems. Air pollution, climate change, and noise pollution are global concerns. Because of this, governments are encouraging electric vehicles, cleaner fuels, reduced emissions. Tuk-tuks must adapt to survive in modern cities. The move toward electric models is partly because of environmental pressure. Even as technology improves, tuk-tuks keep their traditional shape. The three-wheel design remains the same. Why? Because it is simple, affordable, easy to repair, practical for crowded cities. Technology changes the inside, but the outside remains familiar. The tuk-tuk is not a fixed machine. It is always changing. From noisy two-stroke engines to quiet electric motors, the journey has been long. From simple metal frames to safer, stronger designs, the vehicle has grown more advanced. From street corner rides to smartphone bookings, the business model has modernized. Technology has helped tuk-tuks stay relevant. The world is changing very fast. Cities are growing bigger every year. Millions of people move to cities to find jobs and better lives. This creates heavy traffic, pollution, and noise. Governments are trying to solve these problems. They want cleaner air, less traffic, safer roads, smarter transport systems. In this changing world, the tuk-tuk must adapt. One of the biggest changes for the future is electricity. Electric tuk-tuks are already becoming common in countries like India, Thailand, and parts of Africa. Electric tuk-tuks have many advantages. No smoke, very little noise, lower fuel cost, less engine maintenance. Cities with air pollution problems are encouraging electric vehicles. This gives electric tuk-tuks a strong future. In the future, most new tuk-tuks may be electric. Battery technology is improving every year. Future batteries will charge faster, last longer, travel farther on one charge, cost less. Some companies are working on battery swapping stations. Instead of waiting for charging, drivers can exchange an empty battery for a full one in minutes. If this system becomes common, electric tuk-tuks will become even more practical. Many countries are building smart cities. A smart city uses digital technology to improve transport, safety, and services. In smart cities, tuk-tuks can connect to GPS systems, traffic control networks, online booking apps, digital payment systems. Companies like Uber and Ola Cabs already allow users to book tuk-tuks using smartphones. In the future, booking a tuk-tuk may be as simple as pressing one button on a phone. Safety will be more important in the future. Modern tuk-tuks may include stronger metal frames, seat belts for passengers, better braking systems, improved headlights, shock-absorbing structures. Some designers are working on fully enclosed models with doors and windows. While keeping the three-wheel design, safety can still improve. In some countries, people are testing solar panels on tuk-tuk roofs. Solar panels can help charge batteries during the day. Although solar power alone cannot fully power the vehicle yet, it can reduce electricity use. In sunny countries, solar energy may become an important part of tuk-tuk charging systems. Tourism will continue to play a big role in the future. In places like Bangkok and other popular travel destinations, tuk-tuks are part of the travel experience. Tourists enjoy the open-air ride, the close view of city streets, the unique design. In the future, tourist tuk-tuks may become more stylish and comfortable. Some may even offer guided tours with audio systems. They may become cleaner and quieter to protect historic city centers. Online shopping is growing fast all over the world. Companies need fast and cheap delivery systems for short distances. Electric cargo tuk-tuks are perfect for last-mile delivery. This means delivering goods from a warehouse to a customer's home. Tuk-tuks can enter narrow streets, park easily, use less fuel, carry moderate loads. In crowded cities, they may become an important part of delivery networks. Tuk-tuks will continue to create jobs. Even with electric technology, drivers are still needed. New jobs may include battery charging station workers, electric vehicle technicians, digital system managers. Training programs may help drivers learn new skills. The tuk-tuk business may become more professional and organized. Governments play an important role in shaping the future. Some governments offer support for electric vehicles. They may give tax reductions, purchase subsidies, charging station support. If governments support electric tuk-tuks, their growth will be faster. On the other hand, strict traffic rules may reduce the number of tuk-tuks in some city centers. The future depends partly on policy decisions. Tuk-tuks face competition from metro trains, buses, motorbike taxis, ride-sharing cars. In some cities, large public transport systems are expanding. However, tuk-tuks still have advantages. Flexibility, ability to enter small streets, lower cost. They may not replace buses or trains, but they can support them by connecting neighborhoods to main stations. Climate change is a serious global problem. Countries are trying to reduce carbon emissions. Electric tuk-tuks can help reduce emissions, especially in developing countries where millions of three-wheelers operate. Replacing fuel engines with electric motors can make a big environmental difference. This gives tuk-tuks a strong reason to continue existing. But in cleaner form, future tuk-tuks may look slightly different. Designers may create more modern shapes, lightweight materials, better aerodynamics, stronger yet lighter frames. Some models may have 4 wheels, but keep the small size and spirit of the tuk-tuk. Innovation will continue while respecting tradition. One interesting question is whether tuk-tuks could become self-driving. Self-driving technology is still developing. Because tuk-tuks are small and simple, adding advanced sensors may be expensive. However, In controlled environments like resorts or campuses, semi-autonomous tuk-tuks might appear in the future. This is still far away, but possible. Even if technology changes, the tuk-tuk will likely remain a cultural symbol. In Thailand, it represents urban life. In India, it represents daily transport and survival. In many small towns around the world, it represents local identity. Even electric models will still carry the same three-wheel spirit. The sound may change, but the image will remain. The future is not without challenges. Tuk-tuks must deal with traffic congestion, safety concerns, competition, rising battery costs, infrastructure needs. Charging stations must grow quickly if electric tuk-tuks increase. Maintenance skills must also improve. If these problems are solved, the future looks bright. One reason tuk-tuks have survived so long is their ability to adapt. They adapted. From goods carriers to passenger vehicles, from two-stroke engines to cleaner engines, from petrol to compressed natural gas, from fuel engines to electric motors, from street hailing to smartphone booking. Adaptation is the key to survival. Tuk-tuks may expand into new markets. In small European tourist towns, electric tuk-tuks may replace small taxis. In African cities, affordable electric models may become common. In Asian megacities, they may serve as neighborhood connectors. The future may look different in each country, but the core idea remains strong. No matter how much technology changes, one thing remains important: people. Drivers, passengers, mechanics, and families depend on tuk-tuks. Technology can improve engines and batteries, but the human connection remains the heart of the story. Tuk-tuks carry more than passengers. They carry dreams, work, and daily life. From post-war workshops in Europe to busy streets in Asia, from noisy petrol engines to quiet electric motors, the tuk-tuk has traveled a long road. Its future will be shaped by technology, environment, government policy, urban growth, human need. But one thing is clear: as long as cities need small, flexible, and affordable transport, the tuk-tuk will have a place. The sound may change, the fuel may change, the design may change, but the three-wheel idea will continue.